think about visual art journals, paintings, assemblages and more? If you like it like I do, then you are right here. Hi, I'm Bea Grob and I love to inspire you.
Well, hello and welcome back to my channel. So glad you joined me today for another video. It is for once not a video collaboration. I actually do an independent video. I just lately figured out I do a lot of collaboration, but don't get me wrong, I really like the interaction with those other artists. Now, I did work in the really large Moleskine journal, which is about 16.5 by 12 inches or 42 by 30 centimeters. I had to put a note over here, so I'm not good with numbers. Anyway, so it is actually a study for a painting I want to realize the next 2-3 weeks on a larger canvas. So I tend to do some studies sometimes, not always, but sometimes. I did start with some collaging, as you can see in the video coming up, and then I also did use modeling paste and paints, obviously. I did use acrylic paints. I do work with acrylic paints in this journal exclusively because, as I said, I want to use this book as a study for upcoming paintings. I did use quite a bit of my stencils. I don't know whether you know, but I do have stencils which you can find in my shop at www.beagrob.com. I will have the link down below also. And yeah, I obviously did use also some graphite pencil to sketch in, but as always I like to use an oil-based charcoal pencil, which doesn't give a dark black, but gives you some outlining also. Yeah, I just like working with that. It's just my style. What else can I tell you about that? I do use mostly Amsterdam acrylic paints, the standard series. And yeah, that's about it what I can tell you about. As always, it is a phase purely from fantasy. I don't do portraits per se. I do have occasionally reference images to capture a certain detail of something. Yeah. Now, I did work on this page in several steps. Sometimes I have very interrupted processes because there's something else I have to do in between, and then I have to come back. And that's okay for me as long as I have finished the background, and then I can start over again. Even if I had another idea for this background, I still could do whatever I want like 2-3 weeks later. That's actually the gap in between. It was 2.5 weeks before I went back to my background. So that's not an issue for me. Only if I stop, I wanted to say, only if I stop in between painting the face, my focal image, or the flowers, and then come back, then I sometimes have a hard time. So I do mostly the backgrounds finish, and then if there is a break or not, it doesn't matter. But if I start my focal point, my focal image, then I really have to stay on top and do it in one go. Still means I do it in maybe 2-3 days. Don't get me wrong. But if I have a break like 2 or 3 weeks, I usually just paint over and do another background. It wasn't the case in this one. I just had the background finished and then I started doing the face in about 2 days. Now, as always, it is a time lapse, but if there are any questions, just leave them down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope to see you soon again. Take care. Bye.